Oh yeah. www.grnradio1.com. Big Preacher, PRECHA.com. GospelRapNation.org. Oh yeah. Nothing but facts can you comprehend, coming from an IBM, an intelligent black man. Nothing but facts can you comprehend, coming from an IBM, an intelligent black man. Nothing but facts can you comprehend, coming from an IBM, an intelligent black man. Nothing but facts can you comprehend, coming from an IBM, an intelligent black man. Nothing but facts. Straight up. Nothing but facts. Straight up. Nothing but facts, G. Straight up, truth, G. The truth's gonna get ya. The truth's gonna get ya. Nothing but facts can you comprehend, coming from an IBM, an intelligent black man. Nothing but facts can you comprehend.
Welcome back.
Coming from
Welcome back again, y'all. Thank you for logging on to GospelRapNation.org or GRNRadio1.com or BigPreacher.com. I'd like to thank you for listening to this broadcast. As we begin with this broadcast, it shall be called the Gospel Mathematics, and tuning into a divine frequency, man. You know, we're going into some very deep studies, and later on in this broadcast, we're going to have some awesome people talking about this subject matter of the Gospel Mathematics, and I mean bringing the mathematics into the equation as versus to ministering to our pineal gland, bruh. And that's where we're at, bringing that deep stuff, you know, and that deep stuff is what evolves us and changes us. But in this broadcast, man, on the Gospel Mathematics, we're going to have Morpheus Magnetic calling in the studio. And Morpheus Magnetic is an artist out of Seattle. He has an album out called Kama Sutra, and he has another album out called The Electric Magnetic. And we're going to be playing a jam from him coming soon. But right now, as we kick off this new Gospel Mathematics broadcast, we're going to be banging to you Minister Dale Canton Jones and Uncle Reese in When Men Worship. That's the name of this jam, and we're going to start that off with this. This is banging, y'all. And you heard it first here on Gospel Rap Nation.
I know so many on that draw, and plenty on them crows, and so many that's all about that dough. But I be on that worship, I be on that worship. Yeah. Now this worship got me geeked up, and I participate often with my homies. God, you see us. Worship till we get up in the coffin. Hands raised like I'm reaching for my Gucci loafers at the top of my closet. Glory pouring like a faucet. Thought about his goodness and almost lost it. You died for me, the ultimate sacrifice, like it wasn't nothing to it. So when I praise and worship, I don't do it alone. I try to make everybody do it. Everybody do it. We worshiping, doing my best right now. Should've been dead and gone a long time ago, but I feel so blessed right now. I know so many on that draw, and plenty on them crows, and so many that's all about that dough. But I be on that worship, I be on that worship. I know so many on that draw, and plenty on them crows, and so many that's all about
be out here hustling whatever hustle you gonna hustle. You gonna have to submit your body to somebody. I'm saying, why not submit it to God first?
Kids here worship, make a dealer wanna ride. I'm stretched out like I'm playing outside. Pumping in some trumpet like a coffin. Now I'm hopping to the loft and like Martin. You can run, tell I. On my back with my eyes to the sky. Look to the hills for my help, but cry. This is what it sounds like when them gangsters cry. All my life been searching for a love to match my pain. On my knees I plead at night, but nothing never was the same. Since he came, I switched lanes into lighting out the dark. Changed my heart, brought the sunshine like my last name was a Clark.
I know so many on that draw, and plenty on them crows, and so many that's all about that dough. But I be on that worship, I be on that worship. I I know so many.
Men are the reason, man, we have shirked our responsibility as the priests and prophets and providers and covers and protectors of our women and our children. It is our responsibility to lead the way in fighting the enemy. And we've shirked that responsibility. We are more concerned about ourselves.
The industry driving me crazy, and I ain't been worshiping lately. But he saved me and gave me peace inside my mind. Now I find that everybody left the basics. Now they running blind. Now I'm back on track, and I'm sticking to the fact that he gave his life for mine. That sacrifice let me know, no matter what he won't let me go. So I'm in it till it's over. I'll forever worship. Merciful Father on high, think about your love and I just might cry. You love me forever and it couldn't get better, so I scream hallelujah. Plenty on them. We on that work, baby. Ken Jones, Mr. Dan, I be on that work. On the Reese, we on it. I be on that work. I be on it. Worse, I know so many on that road. And plenty on them crows. And so many that's all about that dough. But I be on that worship. I be on that worship. I know so many on that road. And plenty on them crows. And so many that's all about that dough. But I be on that worship. I be on that worship. I know so many on that road, and plenty on them crows, and so many that's all about that dough. But I be on that worship. I be on that worship.
You are listening to Gospel Rap Nation Radio with Global Talk Radio, hosted by the glorious B.I.G. Big Preacher. Tune in to the streets worldwide.
Oh yeah, welcome back again, y'all. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, or whatever time of the day you are listening to this broadcast. This is the glorious B.I.G. Big Preacher coming to you with another segment of Gospel Rap Nation. You are listening to Global Talk Radio. And the uproar is alive and well, ticking throughout all forms of media. Donald Trump says that, and we gonna put it out there, shithole countries. The statistics show all of the immigrants that's coming in here from African and African descent countries have a very substantial statistic of holding degrees of higher learning. So what we have here is a president that allowed himself to speak his mind, made his way into the Oval Office. But what I have to tell people is you're going to have to eat through the presidency and chew it and stomach Donald Trump as your president, because Hillary Clinton would have already knocked us into World War III. And it's been confirmed. It's been confirmed by the Russian government. Prime Minister Lavrov said, if Hillary Clinton is elected, we are going into thermonuclear war. For her policies as Secretary of Defense, every single part of her policies was to undermine the interests of Russia. She set her whole policies up to undermine the Russian interests, starting with the invasion of utilizing mercenaries as ISIS, financing them and providing weaponry for them to take over Libya, and the whole Benghazi incident of the U.S. ambassador being killed. Hillary Clinton is no way as a serious criminal, and allowing that, and then she plays dumb during the Senate hearing committees, knowing that she has every access to every memo in the Secretary of State. She wants to blame it up on certain administrations and certain things in her server, but she knew that the ambassador was in there. They were crying for assistance to come in there, but the problem is this: the whole entire embassy that was in Libya was an And if those of you have saw the movie Benghazi, the movie that came out a few years ago, you would have clearly seen that they had even made that statement in the movie. But we all know that that embassy was illegal and it was not supposed to be in Libya. However, President Putin of Russia said at the United Nations, who gave the order to go in for NATO to destroy generations of artifacts that was built in Libya, 45 minutes all destroyed with airstrikes? This is some deep stuff that's going on, you know. And I'm sitting here in the studio chilling with Brother Atiba, and I don't know, Brother Atiba, what you think, man? What's your thoughts, man?
Well, I think the American public has been deceived in thinking that Hillary was going to be an answer, and really in this two-party system, it just doesn't really give us an opportunity to see the amount of just deception and misdirection that's going on, and not having a chance to really see candidates who would really be fair with the American public. One of the things that I'm seeing is that it's being slowly revealed the amount of corruption that was also in the Clinton campaign with regard to the money that was supposed to be given to the Haitians with the Benghazi. Also, the fact that she broke the law in allowing them to even have an embassy in Libya and just go in and support ISIS, that we're still working this up to substantiate. It's just, the deception is just incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible.
It's not only incredible, but she seems to not have been arrested yet. See, Congress is all talking about moving in with a special prosecutor and all this stuff. They're already talking about holding furthermore investigations. And since then, people have been ending up dead. Keep in mind, people end up dead that has once worked for the Clinton Foundation, indirectly or directly, their lives come up missing. Okay? And this is a reality that has been reported over and over. There's no secrecy to this. But see, now you have to stomach Donald Trump as your president, because I made the choice long ago. I didn't even vote, but I said, dang, if it's going to be a president in this sorry election between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, we have to go with the latter and Donald Trump, because at least we will not be at war right away. We were going to go war. It would have been war within the next couple months after her election. This is how serious the Russian government, they made their point of view clear, that we will go to thermonuclear war if Hillary Clinton becomes president, because she did everything to undermine Russian interests. Her whole policies were set up to undermine Russian interests, and Russia had an interest with Libya. They were doing business with Libya because Libya was trying to set their currency up before Gaddafi was killed, to set their currency up to be backed by gold, along with all of the other countries in Africa. Okay, and now the new president of Zimbabwe, that's following the successor of Robert Mugabe, he is now taking up, because Robert Mugabe is saying, I'm going to take up Gaddafi's where he left off at. So this new president of Zimbabwe is vowing to finish Robert Mugabe's work at allowing Africa's currency to be united as one, backed by gold, and then it will be eventually emerge with Russia, China, and the rest of the 28 countries that has significantly dumped the dollar and backing their dollar behind the yuan index as the world reserve currency. So here we go now. Again, here's the big preach. I'm here with Brother Atiba. We're at Global Talk Radio with Gospel Rap Nation Radio. And we're sitting up here looking at right now a CNN soundbite that is basically speaking about the sources of President Trump, and asks us why we are having all of these people come from shithole countries come here. And people are appalled. People are upset. But all these people voted for Donald Trump. All you people that are upset, you know you voted for him. Okay? How many times you keep being pulled to coup d'etat in the American election? And you want to do everything you can to try to get him out of office. He's not getting out of office. Okay? He's not going to be impeached. This is propaganda at its fullest and propaganda at its best. And he's going to finish his 4 terms, and whoever goes up against him for re-election and towards his 2nd term when he runs, it better be Michelle Obama. Because Michelle Obama would be the only one I would suggest that, in my opinion, that could give Donald Trump a run for the money to make him be a first-term president. What you think, Brother Atiba?
I think that Michelle is a viable alternative. I think that also, I don't know, a lot of people calling for Oprah. I think that we don't really have a clear candidate that's going to represent the Democratic Party. Bernie may be too old at this point, but we definitely need an alternative that's going to run against this guy. And obviously we know Clinton is done. So let's see, brother. Let's see.
Well, it could be very well Bernie again, though, because Bernie had way more votes, okay, in the primary, in the pre-election primary than Hillary Clinton, and then somehow she got it. So she pulled the coup d'etat on Bernie. Bernie felt that he had was left with a raw deal, and he might come back with vengeance. I don't know. That's just my opinion. He may come back with a vengeance concerning the raw deal that he got, and that could be a very well chance of losing it. But if Michelle Obama would run, she would not only have the LGBT, she'll pull the same move that Obama himself pulled when he said, okay, I don't need the black vote. He got 97% of the black vote first term. 2nd term, he's like, okay, I don't care about you niggas. I'll just go with the LGBT, and then I'll have black people, I have white people, I got all y'all coming behind and voting for me. See, he was smart. See, so he played black folks, played you like played them like a violin, played black folks like a violin, waltzed you, danced with you, courted you. Oh, he's awesome, first black man as a president, and he didn't do nothing for black folks. And pretty much the world doesn't respect him anymore due to the fact that you were the first American black president and you did nothing for black people. And it's quite clear you didn't do nothing for black people. You didn't do anything that we can say, that we can really mark out in history.
So you're saying that the healthcare was not a legitimate accomplishment?
The healthcare was a disaster, starting with the technical difficulties that it had in the first beginning months when it was enacted. It had suffered severe technical difficulties. The website wasn't working when people were trying to sign up. They had a real bad problem at reassessing people's profiles that was signing up for the health care. And this was a frustrating process because of the simple fact people needed the health care and needed to get signed up because they had medical issues, pending medical issues. So that was a major flaw in the first one. You had millions of people having problems signing up. The second problem of it is that this healthcare was not designed, it was already designed by Mitt Romney when he was governor of Massachusetts, I believe. And it was the same state level approach to the healthcare that was designed under Mitt Romney's administration. And Obama took it and used it as Obamacare. So it was called the Affordable Health Care Act. So the Affordable Health Care Act came to know what we know today as Obamacare. So he took and made some changes that was not really pleasing from the Affordable Health Care Act, because Republicans didn't really have a problem with the Affordable Health Care Act if it was implemented the same way, but it was not implemented the same way. And they even made it a criminal part element to it, which that wasn't successful for the health care bill in itself. Criminalizing people that didn't sign up. They were going to make it criminal for those that didn't sign up. So that was a way of just getting everybody on board and getting everybody's information for Illuminati purposes. And that's pretty much the assessment of that. Now, what we got right now, is people need to just shut up and stop crying and complaining when you know that you had a fascist, racist person running for president. There's no secret. We got pictures of Donald Trump with his parents with KKK uniforms on when he was a young man. It's quite clear of the fiber of America where he stood and his stance is where he's standing. He can act like he can be with black people all he wants, but it's just a mask. He knows how to put on the mask to do what needs to be done to satisfy the acts of business. Okay? You know, no one can really be totally racist when it comes to business. Money has no color to it. The green money is the money, and you will put your racist views aside the moment that you can do business and a successful venture operation when it concerns to making profits. You would quickly put your racist views to the side and get that money. Anybody would, okay? And black people hold a crown of that. Black people hold a crown. We will get stomped on, disrespected, and just totally, completely dehumanized. But when it comes to an opportunity from after being dehumanized, disrespected, and definitely prejudiced on, you will still go ahead and do business with the same group of people that cause your dehumanization, your prejudice, your bigotry that's being afflicted upon you. And then we turn around as black people and we will hold the rules of engagement of racism and play the rules and play the game fair, saying, well, we don't want to be racist and we don't want to be like that. We're the only ones that plays by the rules, while everybody is just as racist as they want to be against us. We're the only ones that uphold the banner. We uphold the banner of truth, and that's just the nature of black people, of being the righteous divine beings that we are. We'll still try to uphold the banner of righteousness when it's not being applied the other way against us at all. And we still make excuses instead of loving it ourselves, coming together, buying, selling, trading, and spending money with each other. That is the solution to all the oppression. That ends it. The moment we start spending money with each other, pooling our own resources, it ends it. It ends the racism, it ends it all. We create jobs for ourselves. We create the resources for ourselves, buying the land. Buy this land back from the Chinese. We need to start buying up the land in the ghettos. Take some of this dope money you niggas is doing and buy some land. Get some resources going. When you get the land, we can put the businesses on the land. And then we can put our people to work. Stop all this hating and don't want to. We perpetuate our oppression. Our oppression is total mental and a spiritual delusion cycle being repeated upon us over and over and over again. And this mindset, slave mindset, continues to be perpetuated. Look what's going on in our leaders right now. Dr. Umar Johnson, Brother Tariq Nasheed. Disappointing. Disappointing for two brilliant black men that has powerful solutions. Very well knowledgeable, very well researched men, and knows what we need to do, really. They have some wonderful solutions as far as black people coming together and liberating ourselves from this economical plantation. But yet, you guys want to come together and bang on each other like the Hoover Crips and the A-Tray Gangster. Huh? The Hoover Crips, A-Tray Gangster, the Block Crips, the Pyru Bloods, the Treetop Pyru, and Eastside Crips. Y'all banging just like a bunch of regular gangbangers in the streets of Los Angeles. I mean, I can't see nothing else, man. Y'all need to stop all of this stop all of this intellectual gangbanging, bro. This intellectual disrespect of each other, and come together as a people. Once we can start thinking about doing what's best for our people, that's the problem. We don't want to think. Jews fight. They get in fights. They get in arguments. They get in major disputes. But when they walk out of the room, they got an understanding that we are doing for our people, we Jews, when we walk out this room. See, until black people can do that, until black people can think on that level, we ain't gonna never see no parts of our liberation. And you brothers that's going back and forth, Dr. Omar Johnson and Tariq Nasheed, you guys need to quit and stop right now. And stop your bickering and come to an agreement of peace with one another, man. And say, look, apologize to each other. I didn't want to disrespect you, brother. I didn't mean to disrespect you, brother. We need to do for our people.
because his time is too crucial right now. If the collapse of America has happened and the World Central Bank recalls all the loans that America took out, where is black people going to sit with all the money that black people got? What kind of investments is black people going to do? We're going to have to go back to and start investing in each other because we're going to need each other. Once that happens, all the money in the world won't be able to save you if the dollar collapses. And you got to start waking up because the emergence of the yuan is real. China has made a real bold move, emerging its dollar currency against the dollar. The yuan versus the dollar. The petro yuan against the petro dollar. 28 nations, according to a report that I've accumulated, has dumped the dollar. Okay? And now we're sitting up wondering, because right now the X22 report has reported that the World Central Bank is in the beginning stages of the collapse of the dollar. The World Central Bank is now making preparations. They're making banking preparations for the collapse of the currency. And it's going to be 10 times worse than Greece's ever was. 10 times worse. This is the Big Pre. Ready to come with a funky, dope gospel rap artist. We're getting ready to come back with some more information, more knowledge, more understanding, more economic review, more social review, religious review, and all the above. Coming to you with a hip-hop vibration. This is the Big Preach. More will be revealed later. We're coming with a funky, dope gospel rap artist right now.
Since the day I came alive, right under my father's eye. To my mother they lied, papers were signed for me to play the game, to control me like everybody before me. Life is a movie, and this is my best performance. I grew up on the southeast side of Grand Rapids, Michigan, that's where we ride. I'm feeling 10 feet tall as I bailed through the hood again. One of my road dogs just came home from the pen. Now I'm thinking about the game that we all seem to play. How every step is suggested in the major ways, and now it's easy to fall victim to poverty. These frequencies got us all twisted. We follow me, they shoot us down in the streets in cold blood. He grew up in the game too, in his heart there's no love. Why break it down to a science? Can't you clearly understand the government is just declining? Ain't no need for all the crying. Wipe away your tears, stop looking at your life like the end is near. See, there's a plan for your life and the reason you're here, and the only thing to fear is fear. Now overstand you need to activate your melanin. Wake up, all this third dimension of thinking got us all stuck, thinking it's all over, like that's the only thing they owe us. Take your last breath trying to overcome the ghetto soldier inside. Everybody claim they got an answer, everybody got supreme knowledge, got us all amped up with where the answers and solutions at. They shooting us every day and we ain't shooting back, but we'll shoot each other. Forget about how we brothers and sisters and disrespect our own mother. Listen to 100 rich black scholars trying to tell us what we need, teaching us to pursue and not proceed. They full of greed cause they won't tell you about no energy or oxygen at all. They won't tell you how the earth work at all, and so you fall into a bit of confusion. Everybody choosing and at the same time losing, remaining blind to the secrets that they hold inside. The truths of the world leaves with the ones who died. And if I die, don't let them meet your future, bury my past. Just keep it real when you tell you remember me last. Now don't cry, wipe away your tears, stop looking at your life like the end is near. See, there's a plan for your life and the reason you're here, and the only thing to fear is fear. Now overstand you need to activate your melanin. Wake up, all this third dimension of thinking got us all stuck, thinking it's all over, like that's the only thing they owe us. Take your last breath trying to overcome the ghetto soldier inside. Everybody screaming peace, while we steadily getting shot down in the streets by the police. Now what's a mother and a father to do when the law did to their kids what they wanted to? Now we're stuck in the vicious circle with so-called black leaders, sent to spiritually cheat us. To us as a collective, don't overstand the game, immune to pain, no change, what a damn shame. Where do we go from here? Where does that become clear? Still in the hood, smoking blunts and drinking beers. Some of us doing anything to survive. I shared so many tears in this life of mine. Pour out some liquor for the loved ones I lost to a life of crime. I feel pain every time they face pop in my mind. Our situations are controlled. Why they do so much to kill our soul? Now don't cry, wipe away your tears, stop looking at your life like the end is near. See, there's a plan for your life and the reason you're here, and the only thing to fear is fear. Now overstand you need to activate your melanin. Wake up, all this third dimension of thinking got us all stuck, thinking it's all over, like that's the only thing they owe us. Take your last breath trying to overcome the ghetto soldier inside. Trying to overcome the ghetto soldier inside. Trying to overcome the ghetto soldier inside.
Justice for justice for white, brown, justice for it going down. Justice, son, you can't wait. Justice in every day. Justice from west to east, when there's no justice, there's no peace.
Most of my brothers are ready to resort to violence, so we keep talking about it, now they want to silence. Fighting intelligently with truth to the trial. Justice or else it's about to get wild. The reality of a black president in America never changed with a black president, and I'm daring ya to go with God. Roll with truth, Farrakhan is divinity out, we got the youth. But never take a child play or anime cartoon. Justice with us just like a harpoon. It's stuck in your back. It would have been better to be fair to the black. Armageddon, I'm sick and tired of these selling out. Kissing the crack for a monetary figure. Peace to Arsenio and Dave Chappelle. Chuck D and Ice Cube, my brothers, you did well. Now let's bail to DC for the Million Man March 20th anniversary. The devil's cursing me, but I don't care. The mother playing around calling card. Oh yeah, I think you better watch the weather. Rain, hailstorms, earthquakes, and diverse places not getting better. And hold on to your cheddar everywhere, all around. We only spin with the black and the brown, and that's justice.
For the black man, justice for justice for white, brown, justice for it going down. Justice, son, you can't wait. Justice in every state. Justice from west to east, when there's no justice, there's no
justice or else you're about to melt from the flames, felt like a barrel of hellfire surrounding your empire. The black man inside Allah, and the Messiah is no time to get tired. We're taking it much high. Situation is dire, you know the devil's a lie. Said 400,000, but it was 2 million riders. In 95, now in 2015, we need bloods, grips, essays, Latin kings. Fraternities, we learn to be together through eternity. Authority that's really not concerned to me, cause we're supposed to be policing our community. The enemy patrolling the hood is pure lunacy. There's no peace for brothers killing brothers. Same heavenly father. Africa is the mother, still suffering from willingness. Stuck on city since 7012. Oh well, we gotta really bitch. It's kinda hard to wake up the gods. That's why we take a lot of push on the master Quran. Muhammad for raising up the most honorable Elijah and giving us far. Cause so all of us can rise up. Look at the measurement. The earth and all the elements belong to the righteous. It's useless to fight this movement. You're losing too much time. It's better using justice or else. Justice.
for the black man,
Justice. Justice or else.
for white, brown,
Justice.
for it going
Justice or
down.
else.
Son, you can't wait.
Justice.
In every state.
Justice or else.
From west to east, when there's no justice, there's no
Justice or else. Justice. Justice or else. Justice. Justice or else. Justice. Justice or else. Justice. Justice or else.
This is hip hop soul. In the building, radio. Official.
And now for my next number.
Broadcasting live
I'd like to return
from my soul to yours.
to the classics.
I had a dedicated song for my crews who paid dues in the Kangos and no shoelaces in their shoes. We was redefining the music people listen to. Ladies, listen you, running up, kissing you. Listen boo, hold up for the watches, the jewelry, and the cars. We was ghetto superstars, using microphones to spawn. Coming all different shades, 20 deep, pushing Lexus and Benzes, Cadillacs, even Jeep. The magnetism of the music is mathematics. Up in ages addict, the chemistry's automatic. When it's ROC, only one, the God, it's a squad. Number 7 being odd, almighty throw it rock. Black Titan scribble tags on the walls and graffiti. Send a shot to the earth, Nefertiti out. Smart 5-0, doing live shows. From the club to the park, in the day, in the dark. This is hip-hop soul, hip-hop soul. It's a melody that flows to me. Hip-hop soul, hip-hop soul. It's an energy that flows to me. We only talking about the first class MCs, first like sissies, tank full of hip hop soul, never empty. Back to the medical, rugged style, battle flow, shine so bright. The black in my shadow glow, heartfelt, he felt. Button seatbelts, burn the track down, crack down to the street mails. Game like Monopoly, so I gotta pass go. I don't wanna miss nothing good, so we mash low, unfreeze the frozen. Read with the chosen. Run a marijuana in your mouth and your nose, and inhale, exhale. Stand tall, dress well, crystal, ice cubes melt. We bless hell, sunshine flow, paint words on the canvas. Heard, understand this, and swerve with the Spanish, and birds understand this. Chirp to it, tweet to it, hip hop, habitat sound. How the streets do it?
Hip hop soul, hip hop soul, it's a melody that flows to me. Hip hop soul, hip hop soul, it's a melody that flows to me.
Cross my heart, we're on. Light up a blunt. Panther, raised in this jungle, so I'm out on the hunt. Get the real estate, mine on the grind in gorilla state. 54, black country, collect gorillas, take our diamonds and our gold. We rap about it, scrap about it, buried in the ground pay. In a little town shaped Harriet had a chariot, and Huey had a gun. And the truth by his side, wanna die, come and ride. It's cock, locked and low, get ready to explode. Aquarius A, can't fix the O, it's the mode. Too scattered and scandalous, planless and the landless. 85% of my people don't understand it, so I hand it, hold it, planned it, and I sold it. Underground industry that can't be decoded. Look, you get eroded and molded, the guns loaded by a pale horse, but your eyes never behold it. It's the
hip hop soul, hip hop soul, it's a melody that flows to me. Hip hop soul, hip hop soul, it's a melody that flows to me.
Even in the schools, we was beating on the desk. They suspended us from school, told us that we was pests. So obsessed with the vibe, we described it. Printed, represented, the authentic lead skin tinted. Don't be shy, coming to your town. Take the cabs, blocking raps, and with our pants hanging down. Corn slang from the block, corn pock, or the woo, or the rules. Biggie Small getting jiggy, y'all in my town. The mayor wanna ban it, the rotation of the turntable spinning like the planet. They wanna tell us hip hop is all negative. Is that the truth? But let it die, let it live. Sedatives and used to sedate us, break us down, recreate us. Magazines wanna rate us as the greatest, or mediocre or the least. My bottom line is this: is it banging on the streets? What's up? But this is
hip hop soul, hip hop soul, it's a melody that flows to me. Hip hop soul, hip hop soul, it's a melody that flows to me.
All right, all good. Welcome back again, y'all, man. We had the bombest gospel rap artists. Righteous hip hop is what we do, promoting the vibration of high-end frequency music. And what y'all just heard was Morpheus Magnetic, Hip Hop Soul, and we just so happen to have Morpheus Magnetic from Seattle, the Central District Guru. We got him on the phone here. You know what I'm saying? the man of the Mathmatics. His first album, Kama Sutra, and he's coming out with his double called Electromagnetic. And Brother Morpheus is in the house. What's up? Peace and blessings.
Peace.
We got Brother Laquan Jackson in the house.
Peace and blessings.
And then we got Brother Atiba Taylor in the house.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Yeah, what's up?
Hey, the crowd goes on.
And the crowd goes on, man. We're doing this broadcast, man, and here we go. We're doing this broadcast. Now, Brother Laquan, what's the name of the radio station here that you're at?
It's every Saturday from 6:15 to 6:45. It's called Revelations at Sunset. And it's on 105.3 FM. It's the choice1053.org. You can stream from anywhere in the world. And we're here in Richmond, Virginia.
There it is. Y'all heard it first here on Gospel Rap Nation Radio. This is the big preacher, the glorious B.I.G., and we're sitting here chopping it up on another session of mathematics and metaphysics that can dwell within the knowledge and expand our souls. And we were talking, man, so let's keep it where we left off. We got Brother Morpheus Magnetic, aka Kenyatta Amin, in the house, and these very great artists. That song that you just heard was Hip Hop Soul, and that's one of my favorite joints I like. You can check it out also on YouTube, Hip Hop Soul, and that song, Brother Morpheus, Is that on the Kama Sutra album?
No, that's on the Metamorphosis album, family, which is the one that is dealing with strictly, higher metaphysics and whatnot,
Okay. All right, so brother, man, talk to us about the mathematics, man. What's going on, man? What was you saying about before we took the break? You was going in on
Well, one thing about the Bible, family, is that there's the words that you read, just the general words, which is that's the dogma part. That's for the layman. But just like the Da Vinci Code, there's a code within the Bible. It's a mathematical code. And I used to think it was just some random happenstance or coincidence, but the more I kept seeing this code reoccurring, right? And the way I understood the code is because I studied supreme mathematics. I studied numerology. I studied the supreme alphabet. We ain't gonna go into 120 right now. We just gonna deal with supreme mathematics and supreme alphabet. So, we can talk about, what is it, John 3:16, right?
Right.
So it says, and we know they added stuff to the Bible and subtracted stuff and divided stuff, but mainly subtracted and divided. You see, because they can't really add too much to certain stuff because they don't really understand it because they don't understand the mathematical code. Give you an example, John 3:16. So it says, "For God so loved the world that He gave the world His only begotten Son. Whosoever believeth in Him shall
perish,
right?
But
shall
have
not
everlasting
perish,
life."
Have everlasting life. Okay, but we're going to come at it from the mathematical perspective. The number that comes before it, 3:16. So 3, we know, represents the C. Right?
Right.
Okay, the number 16 and the third letter in the alphabet is C. Okay? So the number 16, the 16th letter in the alphabet is P for power. So what they're saying, how do you see what? Your power. Okay, so I say, Ra so loved the world and His children that He gave us a piece of His everlasting Son. And if you believe in your own soul, if you acknowledge your own soul, embrace your own soul, you'll have everlasting life and never die.
Acknowledge your own Christ consciousness.
Indeed, your own soul. SOUL, student of universal what? Law. Yes, sir.
Another word for soul can be the self. Another word for the soul can be the divine self. Yeah, and that means that. Yeah, and that I mean.
Now let me add on to that. 3 plus 16 is 19. The 19th letter in the alphabet is self or savior, right? So when you add this understanding with the power, you have the ability to what? To save your what? Self. That's why it says, "Whosoever believeth in his own soul will have everlasting life and never die." Absolutely. You see, just to add on to what you're saying, that's the self part. So this is all throughout the Bible. Bible this way, you will get much more out of it. You study it with the numbers. That's why they say, look, now the man has become like us, knowing both good and evil. Because he was able to capture and see the numbers. Not just the words, because the words are based on the numbers. And they said, count the number of the beast.
666.
What is the number of a man? Indeed, just like the beast got a number, God got a number.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons.
There we go.
Chopped that up, family, over a year ago. You and brother Allah. And peace to that brother. That brother is very knowledgeable about the crystals that you guys were talking about. Go into that, family.
Well, hold on. I want to go into something else because when you start dealing with the Bible and Quran, but mainly the Bible, what you're dealing with the different houses, right? Within astrology. Okay. So at the beginning of the book, they talk about 2 brothers that are fighting. Who's that in astrology? The 2 twins. Huh?
Oh, okay. Jacob.
That's Gemini. Yeah, it's Jacob too. All throughout the Bible, they talking about these 2 brothers fighting. Yeah, Jacob and Ishmael, Jesus and Judas, Pharaoh and Moses.
It was Esau.
Pharaoh and Moses, but Cain and Abel.
Esau
and Jacob. It's all throughout the Bible.
Jacob and Esau.
These 2 brothers.
Right.
That's Gemini. Okay. Then later on, they tell you about a lady named Mary. Who's that in the zodiac wheel? That's Virgo, the Virgin, right? Okay. tell you about Daniel and the lion's den. Okay, what they talking about? They talking about Leo, right? Then they tell you about Jesus on a mountain. On a mountain for 40 days. What they talking about? We in that time right now. Capricorn. Right? I mean, it just kind of goes on and on and on.
The king planet.
Wait.
Crazy.
Pardon me?
I said they even like talked about in Revelations the dragon and the lady giving birth. That's all constellations. That's all celestial things. That's so great.
You know, if you could kind of compare and contrast the Bible with the constellation, with the zodiac wheel, you get a lot out of it, man. How many books is in the Bible? 66, right? 6 plus 6 is what? 12.
12
like there's 12 signs in the zodiac. You with me? You see? And they talking about 666 is the mark of the devil. Okay, how many books is in the Quran? 114. 1 plus 1 plus 4, that's 6. So if you put the Bible and the Quran together, you got 666. People don't like that. Nah, they don't like that shit. They don't like when I go.
And they're basically talking
they
about
don't like that.
And family, they're basically talking about the black man when they say 666.
The melanin. They're talking about the melanin, the black dot, man.
The carbon.
And that's why black is evil, black, and they don't. They don't made all this terminology in their world of subduing the world to themselves. They don't make terminology against us.
See, when you take the word beast, see, they flipped it. I don't think it was the word, this is the number of the beast. I think it was
the number of a man.
It says the number of a man.
Okay. Now, if you take the word beast and you flip it and you move some letters around, you have what? Basset. Basset. That's the panther. That's the black woman who protects the nest. And it's just the black energy, the black seed. Basset.
I think the
B-A-S-E-T. And if you switch the words around, you got beast. So they was like, okay, we're going to switch this up.
It's like the beast is like the divine masculine without that balance of that divine feminine. It's just that part.
Well said, family.
Yeah, it's just that part where it just goes and gets, but without the compassion. It's the dominance without the compassion. It's the knowledge without the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that beast is us without balance, without the yin and yang. You know, the oneness, because literally it means balance is meaning of the two become one. You know what I'm saying? Well, they were already one, actually. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I learned that my strongest weapon against demons and devils, whether it be white devils, whether it be demonic energy, is to love and accept them and not give them any resistance. Because me doing that is just feeding and strengthening them. Now, because love, if we say the Bible, the love covers a multitude of sins. You know, like, actually everything is integrated when love is brought into the picture. The lower self and the higher self are all integrated into this one love energy. That's why Jesus always brings us back to love. He was like the manifestation of love. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say the closer we get to God, the simpler it's going to get. It's going to be less words, because God doesn't have lips. God doesn't have eyeballs and ears. He's an energy, a spiritual energy. So there's a new way of communicating and perceiving that ain't got nothing to do with words. That's why vibration is so. I even use it in the streets. Like, if I was in a situation I ain't like the vibe, I left. I can know everything about you without saying anything. As soon as our energy feels touch, telling me everything that I need to know. It's called discernment in the Christian circles. You know what I'm saying? But it's literally just us touching and my vibration, your vibration meeting each other, and I'm learning from you without you giving me any words. I'm learning the truth of you. The stuff you might not even tell me, but the vibration you have is going to tell me everything. Because that's why it says try the spirits. Because they can say anything to have my ears itching and all that, but how do I feel? Does it cause expansion in me? Or does it just take me to my mind? Because like we're trying to merge the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So if it's just keeping me in the mental and my heart is not being involved at all, I'm literally just a bunch of knowledge. And the Bible says, without love, you become a clanging cymbal of brass.
Sounding symbol. That's right.
So without love backing that information, then if love is not, just like Black Panther suit is laced with vibranium. Now it's holding it together. Now without love, that knowledge ain't nothing if it ain't laced with love, because it's gonna be strengthened and more grounded, because love is the first energy. Love is God. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm learning, man. Like the closer I get to God, the closer I get to source, it gets so much simpler, because everything starts to, like Neo, when he died, just like the Bible said, unless a grain falls to the ground and dies, it remains alone, but if it dies, it yields much fruit. When Neo died in the Matrix and he stood up, everything was the exact same color, but all at different frequencies and vibrations. Everything was green, everything was one, the same energy, but just different interpretations and vibrations. So the closer we get to our Godhood, to our Christ consciousness, the simpler it's going to get.
I wanted to just jump in. One of the things that came up when you were talking about, we just backing up, we were talking about good and evil, is that the evil does not just represent evil, it represents the negative energy of yin and yang. Negative not being per se bad, but each of our bodies has a positive energy, has a positive electron and a negative electron. Our relationships to manifestation, manifest energy has a positive and it has a negative. And even our transformation, even the transformation when we go through, being very body consciousness or very sense consciousness to a higher state of Christ consciousness or spiritual awareness of enlightenment, there's a process of purification that the negative energy, which is going to be there, and the positive energy is brought into alignment. And then if we even look at our ability to purify our thoughts and to attain consciousness that is our natural state of samadhi, which is beyond thought, those energies, a positive energy and a negative energy, has to be purified. And that's why one of the things that the path of non-duality talks about is that there's a consciousness beyond what is manifest. There's a consciousness that is the self, and that energy is manifest, and it has no form. It's positive or negative. It's just pure consciousness. And until we actually realize that, and we realize that on a moment-to-moment, day-to-day basis, then we're going to be caught up in manifestation. We're going to be caught up in the so-called quote-unquote evil and we're going to be and positive, because even if we get attracted to something that's so positive, whether it be sugar, whether it be cane, whether it be sex, or whether it be just money, then we're putting ourselves in that consciousness of attracting something outside of ourselves. We're attracting something that's going to be outside of ourselves, because we're looking to attract ourselves something in manifestation in God in a form. So it doesn't mean that it has to be bad. It's just that if we're attached to it, then it becomes another form. Just like we can attack the negative form, we can be attached to the positive form. I just wanted to drop that in.
No, we'll say it because, I don't, in Command family, y'all know Command. We've all been to those schools. We didn't look at things as necessarily good, evil, God, devil, positive, negative. We looked at things, everything has its proper perspective. Absolutely. In mathematics, we know 6 goes to a certain place, 7 goes to a certain place, 1 goes to a certain place. You put something in an improper place, right? If you put a turd in a punch bowl, you got a problem. Everybody trying to drink.
They don't go there.
You got a shitty drink. So everybody's pissed off at you. Jesus turned the water into wine. See? And everybody was happy about that. It's just something that everybody wanted. So when we're dealing with stuff that's said negative, it's something that's in an improper place. It's out of its proper perspective. When we put woman trying to be man or male, okay, we know she got man in it, because man just means knowledge or intelligence or ideas. She got ideas. You know what I mean? She soak them up well too. But when she's trying to be not female, but then she's in an improper place, and naturally improper perspectives and things and realities are going to manifest out of that. When you try to put religion in the place of metaphysics, when you try to put religion in the place of culture, you don't get a good result because it don't belong there. Religion was something that we used to, because the cracker was on such a low level, we couldn't really give him no spirituality. So we had to make something
that was a little bit dumbed down for a man who's more caught up in his six senses, who don't really have a seventh sense. You see? And then we turned around and hit us with it. He trapped us in the shit. He trapped us in the shit. You know what I mean? So now we in what? An improper place. We're out of our what? Proper perspective. Out of our proper perspective. So, Melly, what I like to do, and you know, my mother passed it down to me. I do readings. I do numerology, astrology, readings. So I look at your chart, the numerology. I look at the signs. I look at the Chinese astrology associated with it, and everything. And tell people like, say, we take your birthday. Whatever your birth date is, and you add that to the number of the years that we're in, and I can tell you where you're at.
Let me say one thing.
In your development.
See, one thing I got to interject, right? I still see a duality, and what I mean by is this. Yeah. Now, when you die, when the illusion of death happens, the body stays here. It deteriorates and returns to the earth. You continue on somewhere. Okay? You never die. You're immortal. So that shows me that I am not the body at all. It's literally my vehicle. So it makes me, I leave black or white at that moment. And I become spirit. I become pure energy. In truth, I am that right now. I am the pure energy that's talking and vibrating the vocal cords so that you can hear a voice. I'm the interpretation of the Spirit of God, which I am. So even now, what immortality comes in when you sit in that seat before your vehicle dies. So what happens is you vibrating at a vibration of immortality, everything around you responds and you create your reality. Therefore, life is longer for you. You look younger. All these blessings are manifesting. Everything is happening in response to who you are. Not what we read or something, but who we are as we realize that we're this immortal spirit that doesn't die at all.
Well, that's so awesome, y'all. How we getting into this, man? We're gonna take a break. We're gonna come with a funky, dope gospel rap artist to lift the vibration up. We're gonna come with some good music. This is the Glorious B.I.G. We got Morpheus Magnetic on the satellite phone. Yeah. We got Brother Laquan Jackson, who's just speaking, and Brother Atiba Taylor in the studio. And we're gonna come back.
In a minute, man.
We get ready to come right back with some more Global Talk Radio. More will be revealed later.
They said he was discriminating because he told his disciples, go not the way of the Gentiles, but rather go to the lost sheep. He discriminated. Don't go near the Gentiles, go to the lost sheep. Go to the oppressed. Go to the downtrodden. Go to the exploited. Go to the people who don't know who they are, who are lost from the knowledge of themselves, and who are strangers in a land that is not theirs. Go to those people. Go to the slaves. Go to the second-class citizens. Go to the ones who are suffering front of Jesus' brutality. And if Jesus were here in America today, he wouldn't be going to the white man. The white man is the oppressor.
I would be like him in the shaitan, the regime, the regime.
He would be going to the holy. He would be going to the rejected and despised. He would be going to the so-called American.
I would be like him in the shaitan, the regime. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful one. He came to show us our condition is reversible, son. He came in person with the divine attack planner to raise the mind above the Asiatic black man with knowledge of self and the law. So the first thing he did, he taught a messenger Elijah how to eat and live, teaching us who, where, and why was a divine cause. We not the tribe of Israel, we the tribe of Shabazz. That's actual fact. But student in Rome is first, the maker, owner, plus the cream of the planet Earth. That's the original man who lost his character. Negroes is products of these devils called America. Master Farad, the true and living God in person. He taught us unity to stop us from dispersing and cursing by mentally reversing the truth from fraud, clearing the myth, dealing with who is the spook God that we've been praying and paying this minister to ask. This God to free us like he freed his people in the past. Master Farrar taught us in Genesis is prophesied of Abraham, seed who lost their pride inside. We serve the nation in chains, God will judge hence. Then we come out upon the route of great substance. That's not the Jew, you're confused. The Jew responded on it. He and his people had never been in bondage. So accept your own and be yourself, that's God by nature. Direct descendant of Allah, I'm an awaker of all unconscious who worship nonsense. I speak Islam tense, my word is always born sense. The Christian church is spreading falsehood and technology, but Jesus taught us freedom, justice, and equality. They painted Jesus Caucasian because they tricky look. Now they got us worshiping this picture of a hippie that's blonde haired and blue eye. I think somebody lied. Christians enslaved my people, that just doesn't coincide up with the Christian gospel. Yeah, I'm getting hostile with the lie that took the breath out of nostrils. Yo, what we don't know is killing us, that's why we dying too. It's like a job that we all keep applying to. Inside the furnace that be cooking me and frying you. Tied up in the Gordian knot, so I'm untying the truth. The first original black Asiatic, the nation of us sincerely love Allah is mathematics. Yup, the Father spoke to his plane in black bold print. Feed the mind of the blind, student enrollment. But if they still don't understand the wisdom of the wise, go check the complex text, our Savior has arrived. Think we fuck with the true and living God, the all in all. Muhammad speaks the last and final call to all of y'all. You look around and watch the devil stare at ya when you bear witness to the fall of America. No, that's not a hope, that's the theology of time. I'm glad Uncle Sam will street the payments for his crime. So please, brother, choose one side or choose another plan. Come join your nation or be punished with the other man. And since we on the subject, brothers, let me ask you, is you with the sun and the moon or the red, white, and blue? There's no such thing as in between, cause we're all threatened. Who will survive this coming war of Armageddon? Is it slavery, suffering, death, Christian technology, or the flag of freedom, justice, and equality? Acknowledge me.
He is the supreme creator. He is the creator, not a creator. He is what? The creator. He is the former, the shaper, the molder, the fashioner of everything that is in existence. He is the divine mind of the universe. Is that him? And he is called in many languages by many names. And you, black man, and you, black woman, you have always believed in that God. Never has there been a time when the black man and the black woman have not believed in a God. Now, I know the white man has told you that when he found us in Africa, we were swinging through the trees, eating bananas and eating each other, and hollering ooga woo. And that we were savages, living on a beast level. And that he brought us to America and civilized us. That he did us a favor by bringing us to America. But such is not the case because white folks do lie. We have always believed in the supreme being. We have always believed in the creator. We have always believed in the shape of the molder and the fashioner. That one who calls and wills everything into existence. We have always believed in the divine mind, the infinite intelligence, the power, the force that is behind the cosmological and universal order of things, and who set it all to a balance and set it all up according to divine law. We have always believed in that God. You go to one part of Africa and we call him Nakumpo. You go to another part of Africa, we call him Umbelingo. You go to another part of Africa, we call him Unkulunkulu. What we call him? Say it again. Let me hear you say it one more time. Nakumpo, Umbelingo, Unkulunkulu.
If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings.
Count it up, count it up, count it up. Line them up, line them up, line them up. Spread the sun shining on me, get my heart up, no matter that trouble surrounding us. They don't see that it's a lot of us. Everybody move anonymous. Won't take that credit, I know what we get it. Them blessings be coming from God above. I was doing all tell Gotti is first. Hit the studio to body a verse. I remember pushing mama little white Hyundai with no gas money. I just bought a car, cash money. I ain't even tryna brag on it. I just tell it how it really is. I ain't tripping, they ain't feeling this. I ain't saying I deserve nothing, I'm just tryna talk about the benefits. I've been punching in the clock, tryna keep the kitchen stocked. Man, it's a blessing cause we ain't never had a lot, but all we need is all we got. Whew.
If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings. Blessings. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Blessings. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. I put my mama in the grips and stop stressing. I put my girl in a brand new diamond necklace. She said she need more of my love and affection. Cause lately I've been working harder than ever. She said, baby, you a boss. Baby, clear your schedule. Dollar, you a boss. Let's do something special. Take me on the PJ, when she go to Mexico. I've been down for you, boy, since when the money was low. Anything for my back, cause she a blessing. If you woke up this morning, it's a blessing. If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings. Blessings. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Blessings. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up.
I took so many losses, could've lost it. Yeah, left them leaking like a faucet. Almost cost me everything that I got, all of my fam. Part of the plan. I was eating fried bologna out of the pan. Y'all don't understand. I was trying to get it. I'm in that studio trying to keep it pushing. Patty pies, boy, I kept them cooking. All I needed was the Mary, but the God in me was having commentary. I got angels all around like I need a baker. Blessings falling in line, guess I need a taper. And every loss is a lesson. Tell my haters I confess. Treat them like the green bubbles on my iPhone. I probably never read the message.
If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings. Blessings. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Blessings. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Blessings. Blessings.
Oh yeah, welcome back again. Thank you for listening to Gospel Rap Nation in this segment. You know what I'm saying, and how time flies when you're having fun. And I mean just that. We had a very powerful broadcast on the Gospel Mathmatics broadcast. I'd like to shoot a shout out to Brother Atiba Taylor and to Brother Laquan Jackson. And of course, who we had on the phone from Seattle was Morpheus Magnetic, and we were listening to his music. We listened to Hip Hop Soul. That was his song by the Morpheus Magnetic. Very powerful artist. And, you know, it's just a blessing that we can promote righteous hip hop in this forum and raise the vibration and tune into a divine frequency. That's us, gospelrapnation.org. And shoot shots out to all the artists on this broadcast, man. You know, Mr. Dale featuring Canton Jones and Uncle Reese, the song that you heard, When Men Worship, you know, and that's what we do. You know, we worship the true and living God within our souls, and that's real talk. This is what Gospel Rap Nation is about, lifting that vibration in the hip-hop game. And then, of course, shouts out to Black Lotus with Ghetto Soldier. You heard that, you know what I mean? And we came with another one by Morpheus Magnetic, and that was Soul Brother, actually Bismillah. That was another song on his album, Bismillah. You know what I'm saying? And you just heard Lecrae. I mean, we just got powerful artists here that's lifting the vibration. So tune in to Gospel Rap Nation. We are the future of where this game is going to. And Big Preacher's going to be right here praying for all of y'all. If you want to shoot us an email, gospelrapnationoutreach@gmail.com. Send us a prayer line. We're going to be on, and tune in again. We're going to blast this out on all social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all that good stuff. we have the lineup for you that is going to be an alternative to your listening and music. And as of right now, we'd just like to shoot a shout out to all of the listeners that's listening to this broadcast right now. We're going to keep you in prayer, and we're going to keep focused, man, and pushing this vibration up. That'll be all for right now, but I'm the Big Preach. More will be revealed later with Gospel Rap Nation. Peace and blessings to everyone. Peace.
You are listening to Gospel Rap Nation Radio with Global Talk Radio, hosted by the glorious B.I.G. Big Preacher. Tune in to the streets worldwide.